All right, let's look at the angle sum preserving construction. Right, there's a way to construct a new triangle without changing the angle sum. Right, so let's do that. So let's start with a triangle. I'm not gonna even label them. All right, so take the midpoint of one of the sides. So let's say I'm gonna just put the midpoint here. All right. Then I'm gonna go from this point and go through that midpoint and go the same amount to the other side. So we already know that this is the same length since this is a midpoint, and we make sure that this is the same length as that one. Right? So this is the same construction we used to prove the theorem 1. Alright, then I'm gonna just close the triangle here. Alright, then since we know that these are vertical angles, so here's the vertical angle and vertical angle there. So we know that by side, angle, side, we have a congruent triangle here. Right, so those are the congruent triangles, right? Alright, so let's look at the angle sum. Right, I'm gonna just number these. So here, this is the first angle here, this is the second angle, and this is the third angle, this is the fourth angle. Right, so we know that the angle sum, so angle sum is just the sum of measure of the angle 1 plus measure of the angle 2 plus measure of the angle 3 and plus measure of the angle 4. Alright, then let's look at this new triangle. Right, using the congruence, we know that this corresponds, this number corresponds to here. So this is the same angle as number 1. Alright, then here, this corresponds to 2. Right, so let's look at the new triangle, which is the triangle here. So this is the new triangle. What will be the angle sum? Right, so here, this is the kind of the old angle sum. Here's the new angle sum, or the angle sum of the new triangle. Alright, angle sum. But you can see that this is going to be angle sum. It's going to be measure of the angle 3 plus measure of the angle 4 plus measure of the angle 1 and plus measure of the angle 2. Alright, as you can see, it's just the sum of measure of angle 1 through measure of the angle 4, so which is exactly the same. Right, so whenever we use this construction, the angle sum will be preserved. Right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.